Hey, Rio here. It is your week one attendance, and I bet you've already watched video from me, right? Maybe. Yeah, I'm guessing you may have. I just want you to give you a little bit of intro. You'll see if you look over to that side, the classes that I'm teaching this semester. I'm teaching JavaScript, teaching Python, teaching Intro to Web Development. Unfortunately, and some of you, I don't know if you were ever cross-listed, but some of you may have, unfortunately, one of my classes, Node.js, got canceled this semester, which was a bummer. But that's what happens sometimes. So, welcome to the fall 2020 semester. How many of you, I'm going to be asking like questions as we move through this, just for you to think about, and you can, in your reply, answer any of them that, kind of come at you as, yeah, I'd like to answer that one. It's like, how many of you have been online already? How many, right? Like you've already taken, how many of you already been in some of my classes? Some of you in here I know have been in some of my classes before. So welcome everyone and welcome returning ones. And so I'm just glad, thank you for choosing this class. Like I know you had a lot of choices in where you could put your time and attention. So I just appreciate you choosing this one. So here's the deal. It is Friday before the start of the semester, for the start of the semester. And I always record an attendance video for the Friday coming into the week, that week, and then I record every Friday a new video. So you're watching your week one attendance video. And I have just finished a full day of campus sessions, kind of getting all of us faculty back into thinking about and understanding like this new reality for our students. For me, I've been teaching online for more years than I care to say. And I love it. I love online mode. I love teaching online mode. I try to give the student the best experience I can. But I understand that for some of you, this may be your first time. So I just want, and for even those of you that have been around, I just want to make you aware of a couple things. Like if you look over here, I'm going to move my mouse. Like the campus has done a couple of things that I think really, and of course, the moment I look, it's not there. It must be inside of the course when you get inside, because there is a new thing called the Student Hub. And maybe I don't have it because I'm not a student. I was in here earlier and I saw it for you. Oh, there it is. I guess I just didn't see it. Anyway, there's this new thing called the Student Support Hub, and I would suggest you check it out, just because there's a lot of different information that is here, and maybe that's part of what happens is we get information overload, right? So it's like, and the other thing you can do is if you have something you're looking for and you don't see it, or if somebody's not able to help you, reach out to me. I'll try to direct you to the right resources, because there are many different things, services that we have. And because we are, and this is a term like eCampus, right? We're an electronic campus now, to where 99.9% of you are going to be using your browser, your internet, your phones to connect with your classes. So we're trying to figure out how to welcome you into this space. And you all are going to have various challenges, or opportunities, or you're like, I'm good with this or not. So, and now put on top of that, you're taking the class like this, which in this case is Python, which the more I'm coding Python, the more I'm liking it, which is awesome. But now you're going to have to also jump over some technical challenges with our class. So I just want you to know that, and I've been in our course, and so let me just go back for a minute, right? So that's the Student Support Hub. Please check it out. Also the bookstore. Luckily for us, we're not, well, I shouldn't say luckily, but we're not working through the bookstore this semester. Your course materials are out on Udemy. So let me say a word about that. I've had a couple of students like reach out to me and say, hey, the course that we're using on Udemy, the Automate the Boring Stuff, is not the price that you said. And as if you heard me say this, if you don't have a Udemy account, create that account. You should get some kind of promotional price on there once you get on having a Udemy account. If you have a Udemy account already and you have a lot of courses that you've signed up for in Udemy, sometimes what will happen is you reach a point, they start charging you more. Just know this. I don't control the Udemy system. I use it just like you do. So FYI. Okay, so what I was heading to this was that for our course, and hopefully you've already gotten used to this, right? But in this course, the way I have it set up, you have to work through it in sequence. And some of you, and I put out, and this is the key to know, is that we use Discord for our interactive stuff. So obviously what you're experiencing here with me in attendance is not interactive, right? This is just me recording and you consuming it. So when we want to go interactive, right, Discord, and not just with me, but with your classmates as well, because you guys, your time of when you're up and working and my time may not line up. So that's a good way to do it. So, again, the view that I see is not the view you see. Like if I switch to student view real quick, and I've shown this before, so this may be a repeat if it is. Apologize for that. But you have to do the start here. And some of you I noticed, and this is why I put a message out on Discord this morning, some of you I noticed had done the who's this, who this, okay, but hadn't done the start here. And I thought, you're going to wonder why you can't get to week 1, or when you get to week 1, you're like, what happened is if you don't do the start here, some of this other content's not going to make sense, okay? So make sure. And I know that I am also learning how to change my Canvas course to enforce this concept of moving through it and having to complete certain things. And I put a message out on Discord this morning that said, oh, you know what? I updated this. And so, I'm learning too. Like we're all in new together, but we're at various levels of new, and that's okay, really. I mean, and that's the other thing, is that we're here to help as much as we can. So what you're doing right now is you're watching the week 1 attendance. And now I'd put some content out here just showing you like about attendance so you would know how this works. Now you actually are going to have the opportunity to reply, right? So attendance, sometimes I've had I almost have thought that I should make attendance worth more points, because you actually do have to, well, you don't have to, because I say in here, it's not part of your grade. It's really just a way for me to additionally connect with you and talk about some important things. And the thing I'm going to talk about today that I probably would like you to reply to the most is going to be my office hours. Okay, so if you look in the syllabus, and let's just look together, right? If you scroll through here, and I've talked a little bit about the way this class is graded and various things, and I'm actually going to kind of move up a little bit on that. The reason I'm moving up there is that is a Zoom link, and so I don't necessarily want that put out. And this is on YouTube, but luckily it's generally just my students looking at it. But if something happens, I may have to change that. But here's my point, right? So Monday from 1 to 1:50, that's a Zoom. Anytime you see an office hour, or a listing here, that's really a Zoom office hour. But the one that I want to highlight is on Wednesday night, because I think it's the one I may see the most of you on. I guess that's right. So Wednesday 5:30 to 7:30 is when I hope you do come. And I'm going to give you an incentive. So in your reply, whatever else you answer, you need to answer this, right? So on Wednesday night, if you come in to the Zoom, and for this class, let me just step back a minute. This class was normally scheduled as my only face-to-face class. But because we're now online, this is why this Wednesday night has been set up to kind of correspond to the hours that we were going to be in class. But because we're not, I'm still holding an office hour close to the times in class we were supposed to be. And I'm going to offer you an incentive, Okay. So remember, we have, and this is something you're getting used to, a due date on Monday, which, by the way, if there's a holiday on Monday, it'll be moved to Tuesday. So Monday and Thursday night are our normal due dates, 2 due dates a week, right? Generally, this first week is a little unusual because I'm having you do all the dev setup, but it's usually Monday night is the code up and Thursday night is the learn together. And so I'm going to say, if you come to the office hour and get help, right? Just showing up in there, although I love that you pop in and chat, right? Please do that as well, because that could be some of our most interactive time. And my JavaScript class will also possibly be in here. So there'll be a variety of topics going on. But I'm always interested if somebody doesn't need a specific thing, which, by the way, that's good too. But just having discussions, right? Because the one thing about this class is that you're going to learn, hopefully, the Python language. You're going to learn how to code in it, and you're going to take that skill and actually create something that you then have to describe to me. So that's quite a step. In order to do that, the more time you spend talking to people about code, the easier and better you're going to be able to translate this skill. Okay? So here's what I want. Do you understand what I mean by the additional incentive for the Wednesday night office hour? Now, I should actually probably extend this to any of the office hours. I just have a feeling that one might be. So maybe that's what you say is like, really, Rio, I'd love to have that option on Monday, right? That's okay too. I'm totally open to hearing that. So my point is that if you come to an office hour and need some additional help, because in order to need help, you had to have looked at the assignment and attempted it, right? So you've encountered something. Just coming and then reading as you're in Zoom, yeah, that's not quite what the intent here is. But if you've looked at the assignment, you've attempted the assignment, and you come to talk about the assignment, get clarification, get some specific help, then what I'm going to do, this is the incentive part, is give you one additional day to get the work done. May not seem like a big deal to you, so what would be normally Thursday night, right? You will have, Thursday night, really, and those of you that know me know this is true, I grade Friday morning. I'm not up late Thursday night. So really it would be you would have until Saturday morning to get that done. I don't know. Is it, maybe you tell me this too, is it an incentive at all? I hope the incentive is also to connect with your fellow classmates. That'd be great, right? Okay, so talked about that. Talked about the most important thing that I wanted to talk about was that, talk about the campus where we're at, talk about the importance of doing the start here. And then, because that's the other thing I had talked about, is that in order for you to get into the subsequent weeks, you have to, at minimum, in this case, do the code along to get into week 2. And I already have a few of you working in week 2, which is awesome, right? So that's the other thing, is that, and I promise to end with this, right, is that we are going to have students with varying levels of experience. Some of you come in with a lot of experience in coding in general. Some of you come in with none. And it's really okay wherever you come in. The key is to know how to get help if you need it. And maybe for those that have more experience, it's important to know how you can help contribute to this community. Because really, if you know anything about Python, it's a huge community. So is JavaScript, right? These and many other platforms, both development platforms, tools, have huge communities. And learning how to connect and be in these virtual communities is really an important part of learning this skill base, because having a network of people, so helpful for me. The one thing I am going to try there, we have a Python user group here in Fresno, and the guy who runs it, who I know, Derek, I'm going to ask him to actually maybe come to office hours some night if his schedule allows, because he also does have a Python user group online through Zoom, which we could also go to. So anyway, we're going to have fun. I think we're going to have fun. That first week, does take a little bit to get used. I know what I'm asking for those of you, and this is part of why I had released the course early. I know this first setting up your dev environment. If you've been with me, probably a piece of cake. If you haven't, this could cause varying levels of challenges. So we want to help you get through that. We want to connect you in with the resources that you need. Okay, I'm going to quit. So week 1 attendance, all you really have to do here is hit reply, and you have from now, which is in this case Friday, before the semester starts. You have until the first Friday of this week, the ending week of the semester, right? So a week from today, I will then keep this available so you can still view the video, but you won't be able to reply if you wait until next Friday at noon. So I always say it's good to watch this earlier rather than later. I also know I talked quite a bit, so I need to stop and say thanks for being here. Have a great day. Talk to you soon.